These glasses, I appreciate them, but they're not, they read certain words wrong. This is something I've never read before, but it truly happened to me many years ago when I played with Vic Abs and the Four Californians down in New Orleans in the French Quarters. And I've never done this. And this is what I saw. The green checkered jacket wore the ravages of time, and the brown and white shoes probably scavenged from some Vieux Carré trash bin. The frayed tie, tucked under one side of the collar, exposed on the other, called attention to a litany of stains that read like a diary. The smell of him kept passers-by at bay as he sat there against the old graffitied wall, his blackness shriveled and shrunken inside his clothes, except for the bulging, jaundiced eyes that watered over the cataracts as he sat staring into the milky void. I sensed history here. The old battered cornet spoke volumes, more the grayness of pewter than brass, and the rusted spit valve fused shut with the rubber bands. There were so many questions I wanted to ask, but full sentence answers weakened him. Yes, he vaguely remembered Kephart, eyes blinking a recall. He knew Louis, but the weakly whispered, "Winton who?" told me not to pursue the direction, and I filled in the words he hadn't the strength to finish, to learn of the many friends his mournful dirges had accompanied to their burials, and of the spirited saints on returning from the cemetery. Playing the Saturday night rent parties, the embouchure's punishment, the unawareness of the split lip until he blew out his spit from the bloody spray. One couldn't help cringing at the visible abuse of the scarred upper lip, whose center hung down like a shop-worn clitoris. Returning next day to say goodbye, I asked if he'd play me a note, one solitary note to give our musical meeting a remembrance. It was then I noticed the middle valve stuck halfway down, as it was yesterday, and probably 1,000 yesterdays before that. And in a sudden chilled awareness, I realized why he clung so desperately to the old horn. Through the cataracts that clouded all visual remembrances, it was that cornucopia of long-forgotten notes still spilling out of that battered bell that kept him from forgetting who he ever was.